Hello friends and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Tokyo Dark. I'm your host, MagicManMo. I came here to find out about the mask, but there's something I've got to do first. 6 months ago, I sent one girl to the morgue and very nearly killed another. Since then, I'd thought of coming here to apologize to Mai Kawana countless times, but couldn't will myself to see her and be faced with my failure. I think of the fear and hurt in her eyes, and I feel nothing but shame. For my own peace of mind, I need to tell her the truth about that day and about how I lost control. Hopefully, she can find it in herself to forgive me enough to help me with my investigation of the mask. Wait, it's fall. Why are the cherry blossoms blooming? It's like nothing's changed since that day. And we're back in, baby! We read that little bit last time. Can we go back in and talk to our good friend, I don't remember, he's like a police guard or whatever behind the checkpoint here, and he's like not as knowledgeable about anything as he seems to believe he is. Station Attendant Magira. Oh, it's you. Yeah, I was reading the papers and I saw your picture. And then I saw that picture on the TV news. And maybe the 7chan message boards after I looked you up. I'm sorry, I was curious. I remembered meeting you and couldn't believe it. It's like I met a celebrity or something. Oh, of course it's not good or anything, but you know, you never know who you'll meet in this business. Everyone always seems so unassuming. I mean, that's not to say that any of it was your fault or anything. Okay, so the message boards are pretty bad. There's a lot of bad stuff on there, like wow. Pretty wild stuff. Are you done? Oh, right. Sorry. Yes. Hello. Again. Yeah, okay, cool. That's that. I don't see anything else to do or pick up. What do okay, we can ask about Mai's grandmother. We can just leave, I guess, from here at Cherry Blossoms. Let's ask about the Cherry Blossoms, because I want to know if this is a figment of my imagination or if there's something weird about this place that he might be able to help us with. What's going on with the weather here? It's fall. Why are the cherry blossoms out? It's beautiful, isn't it? There's a species of cherry tree, the Prunus subhertella autumnalis, that sometimes blooms twice a year. At least that's what it says online. Who'd have thought we'd have them here in Kamakura? Well, I say Kamakura, but they only seem to be in this part of town. Lucky, huh? A cherry blossom tree that blooms in fall? I've never seen it. Are you sure you've got your facts straight? It seems impossible. Impossible? Do you doubt my botany experience or expertise? A little bit, actually, Magira. A little bit. You haven't been very expertised in anything, but maybe botany is the one thing. I don't know. Impossible would be if the seasons started reversing themselves, don't you think? See, now that you say that, now I believe that too. Yeah, it certainly feels that way. Huh? You say something? Why the glum face? Anyway, I hope you take advantage of the weather and go for a picnic or something. The blossoms are so peaceful. Don't they put your mind at ease? Oh, I can exit that way. Okay, I was gonna say, what? Normally the exit is like a little arrow, like a little, behind me, there's like a little back out arrow usually. You guys haven't seen it because I'm sitting here in front of it. Yeah, let's ask about the grandmother maybe. Is Mai's grandmother still at that house near here? You want to see her? Well, she is still around, I suppose. I see the comings and goings of all the people around here. I don't see her getting out much, though. Oh, yes, that reminds me. When you were last here in April, did she, I don't know, give you something? I'm not accusing you of anything, of course. I heard that there was an important artifact that went missing last spring. Kawana is old and losing her faculties a bit. Maybe she gave it to you by mistake. Can you remember anything like that? Yeah. Do I tell him about it? I feel like I probably shouldn't. He's not going to ask for it from me. Like, he's not going to be like, oh, give that to me. I'll take it to her. And also, like, I could be like, oh yeah, she gave it to me, because she literally did. I'm gonna tell him. I feel like I shouldn't tell him. I feel like I'm gonna tell him, and it's gonna somehow rope him into all this mask business, and that's probably gonna end up with him dead somehow. Oh, so you do know about it. That's a relief. We wouldn't want to think something so important was stolen by some riffraff, right? So do you know when they'll return it? You'll have to ask HQ about that kind of thing, sorry. Oh, so do I not have it? I did. I contacted them several times. I have it, right? Unless I'm playing it off that, like, I know about the mask, but I definitely don't have it on me right now, wink, wink. Maybe that's what we're doing. They said they didn't know anything about it. They said they didn't have it. You don't think they're lying to you, do you, detective? They wouldn't lie about something like that, something so precious to this town, would they? I'm sure whoever you talked to was mistaken. Yes, that must be it. I'll keep trying. Enjoy your time in Kamakura. Yeah, I think I have it. I kind of stole it from the police. So we'll just keep that secret. I'm looking for Mai Kawana. Every time I say that name, and maybe it's like May, and maybe that the whole name is pronounced differently. Every time I say Mai Kawana, I think Mai Sharona from that song, Mai Sharona. Have you seen her? Oh, you're looking for Mai again, huh? Are you sure that's such a good idea? She was pretty upset about the happenings the last time you were here. See, that's what I'm a little confused about. I get that whole experience would have been very traumatizing for Mai, but if she's still alive, we saved her, right? Like, we had to shoot Reina straight dead, but like Reina was holding Mai at like knife point to the throat. Like, we saved her. Like, I know it would be traumatizing, but we saved her in the end, right? Unless something else happened that I am not privy to, because then we kind of blacked out for a while. I mean, I've barely seen her leave Kamakura since then. Maybe it's best you leave her alone. It's important I talk to her. Yeah. I suppose she'd be at the shrine that's down the street, like usual. Mai's very important to this town. Please don't upset her too much. We all want everything to go back to normal. It's been like literally... It's been weeks since my incident with Tanaka, apparently, and it was 6 months before that when this incident took place. So it's been like 7-ish months. Things are, like, should be relatively back to normal by now. Now, this, I assume, isn't leaving. It's a little early to think about leaving. I need to speak with Mai first. Okay, so apparently I come here to leave, which is a little different because normally I can come to, like, the edge of the map. Okay, yeah, so something's different here. Normally I can come to the edge of the map and leave. Apparently I'm going to have to come back to the station to leave, which makes me think something's going to happen to our station man, whatever his name was. I've already completely I feel like it started with an M something. Whatever his name was, I feel like something's going to happen to him. Has she still not cleaned up the paint on her towels? I'm going to knock. Go away! No visitors! I suppose I should just go away. Apparently it's more important that I speak to Mai. Like, apparently we wanted to speak to Mai, but honestly, I want to speak to the grandmother. She's the one that gave us the darn mask in the first place, and I've got questions about it. Oh well, the darn Raven's still here. I passed through a gate. Lord knows what that symbolically means. Last time we did that, death happened. Actually, the last 2 times that happened, death happened. Actually, because the 6 months ago, we passed through this gate and got into a standoff with Reina, in which case we shot Reina dead. The last time we passed through a gate chronologically was in the sewers. There was a gate down there, and we didn't shoot Reina, but Reina ended up killing Tanaka. So I'm not a big fan of passing through these gates, is what I'm saying. Well, we're going to try to find Mai first, and then we can go pester the grandma some more if we need to. Okay, this seems... We've got we got the horizontal black bars, like we're about to enter a cutscene, like something significant is about to happen. Hello? Cherry blossoms fell gently at my feet as I approached the Kawana family shrine. In front of me was Mai Kawana, still dressed in the outfit of the shrine maiden. She had seen me approach and stood there frozen and terrified, the same helpless look on her face as when she had a knife to her throat months before. This time it was me she was terrified of. We were the only two people at the shrine, yet I couldn't shake the feeling of being followed. A familiar presence watching from the shadows. If Reina is gonna puppeteer me into doing some heinous stuff, I'm gonna be real upset. Oh. How about no? How about no? Excuse me? How about no? Can I wait it out? No, I won't do it. Why now? Why her? I don't have to do what you say. I'm not a puppet. I can choose. Okay, cool. That worked. I tried to do the same thing with Reina all those months ago, where it was like, kill her, kill her, kill her. But the time kept looping. It'd go like 20, 15, 7, 20, 12, 20, 7, 20. It like kept just looping back and forth and around and around. You? The detective from before? Why were you just standing there? Is it over? I'm fine. Sorry to scare you. I'm here to talk to you. See, I've never been good at apologies. I'm sorry for everything I put you through. I've been meaning to talk to you ever since that day. I should have come sooner. You're here to apologize? Now? I didn't hear from anyone in 6 months. The police only talked to me once, and then God, that is getting loud. Then everyone here started avoiding me and acting like it never happened. I guess that makes me oh, Jesus, it stopped. Thank you. That was like getting more and more intense. I guess that makes me the last person you'd want to see now. After that day, I'm sure some police came by and told you that I was only following procedure, but that's bull. Police in this country don't go around shooting people. I didn't feel myself and lost control, putting you at risk. Sounds vague to say I lost control at such a crucial time, I bet. But that's the truth. The truth? It's strange, isn't it? The cherry blossoms, I mean. It's silly, but every time someone comes here and says how beautiful they are, I get so mad. It's like they don't understand my feelings at all. But that's selfish, huh? It's not like I want everyone to suffer along with me. I imagine the only other one who understands that is you, Detective. Your name's Ito, right? It's so quiet here. It's hard to imagine something like that day in April really happened in a place so peaceful. But it did. I know that you and your partner were only doing what you could to save me, but I wish I could have helped. I felt so helpless. At least you told me the truth. Thank you. You know, I asked Grandma about the mask the redheaded girl was after, and she denied knowing anything. But it was a lie. I found one of her old journals at the shrine, and she wrote that the mask was important and had to be hidden away. Why would she lie to me? I'm sick of everyone always trying to protect me by covering everything up. Grandma hasn't been the same since that day either. She shuts herself up in that old house and mumbles to herself about darkness and purity. Darkness and purity, you say? Like if the mask represents darkness and it's a Kawana family heirloom, and I'm just gonna go with the literal imagery we've got right here. Look, dark hair, light hair, dark jacket, white pure robe. I know I've got a white shirt, but that might even represent I started from a place of purity or something. You know, I'm a detective, I'm a cop, I help people. But then ever since I got that mask, you know what I mean? It's gotten darkness. Something's going on here. Do you represent the purity aspect of it? Because Reina came after you as well. All right. I'm starting to see that there's some sort of family bloodline thing going on here. I'm so worried about her. My gut tells me that the mask has something to do with it. I'm sorry. Listen to me rambling away. I bet you don't care about any of that. The truth is, I think you're right about the mask having something to do with all this strangeness. I actually came here to ask you about it. You think so too? Then let me help you. I don't know anything at all, but maybe Takashi does. Oh, sorry. Takashi's my brother. He used to live here in Kamakura with me and Grandma, but he left the first chance he got. We talk on the phone all the time, but he refuses to come back and visit. I get the feeling he knows something I don't. He won't even tell me about how my parents died. Where does your brother live now? He's an instructor at Kendo Dojo in Asakusa in Tokyo. I hear he's a big shot in the kendo world. It sounds like he'd be a good place to start. Do you think he'll speak to me? You can try. He's never been very good at opening up to strangers, though. It's worth a shot. Thanks for helping me, Mai. See, this is the arrow we normally have at the side of the screen that I was telling you about. Can I explore? I don't know why I was sprinting immediately. Is there anything else like over here I could check out? Anything else to talk to you about? Anything going on here? I feel like I want to talk some more. But okay. We'll exit then. I'm probably going to get a neurosis, like, hit on this, but I kind of want to knock on Grandma's door one more time. Like, she's clearly hiding something. She knows something. You know what I mean? I haven't walked by something important, have I? Sometimes I'm just kind of like making sure I cover my... Because if I leave here and head back to Tokyo, I'm not probably going to be coming back anytime soon, is what I'm saying. I'll knock one more time. Go away! No visitors! I mean, I could try to be super duper persistent, but I don't know. I guess we'll just go back to Tokyo and try to find her brother. Is that it? Is that all we came here for? I guess we'll leave. Especially if the grandma knows it's me outside. She's not going to let me back inside if she thinks I have the mask. You know what I mean? Ooh, Kabukicho is grayed out. I can't even go there if I wanted to right now. Interesting. Okay, well, let's go to Asakusa. Asakusa, the home of Senso-ji, one of the most famous temples in Tokyo. It's also a bustling entertainment district. It remains a pocket of traditional culture surrounded by the city's high rises. Well, let's give it a shot. Let's give it a whirl. I just feel like there should have been more I could have done there, other than just knock at that door. My investigation up to that point led me to believe that finding Takashi Kawana would be difficult and convoluted, but that couldn't have been further from the truth. Turns out his kendo dojo was well regarded as a popular training spot for a few national champions and several of the city's police officers. The latter made me nervous. The information I was asking for was sensitive, and I didn't want word of my investigation finding its way back to HQ. A few misfired questions could end with officers knocking on my door, or worse, Yukimura himself calling me up. I had to be cautious. Caution is definitely my middle name. Definitely nothing to worry about that. God, the music got intense again. I feel like I'm being pursued or watched. Inside is the interior of a traditional tea shop, but it doesn't look like anyone's been there recently. Interesting. Oh, there's a cat. I see you. Meow. Got a guy here I'm sure I can talk to. Buy octopus balls? Sure.
Hello there! Would you be interested in buying some of the finest takoyaki in Tokyo? This isn't the cheap stuff you buy at a food stand at a festival. They will make you question everything you knew about octopus in a ball form.
Who can say no to that sales pitch? Sure, I'll take some.
Oishii?
Oishii? Okay. Wow, you're right. This is maybe the best takoyaki I've had.
Thank you, miss. Best takoyaki on all the islands.
I lost 1 point of professionalism, but I'll take it. 1 point is, I can sacrifice that 1 point to get my sanity a little bit better. I am quite neurotic. I'm relaxed, apparently. Actually, maybe negative neurosis is good? Because it was stressed, now it says relaxed. Maybe negative neurosis is a good thing, actually. I am unclear. I think it might be. So actually, that's really good. That's good. That's good. Sanity's decent. We haven't like ever been in the positive on sanity, I don't think. I'll take it. I'll take it, I guess. Still learning how this game. You look familiar. Are you? These two. These are. It's like Cody and the other guy. These are our writers, aren't they? I think. They look familiar. Tourists, likely. I can hear them speaking English. My English isn't so great, so I doubt they'll be much help, but I wonder what they're talking about. Oh no, it's Gary. I guess I just forgot what the other people look like.
Hello there, is something we can help you with?
Huh? I don't speak Wait, Japanese? Your Japanese is perfect.
As a college professor, if it wasn't, I'd be pretty out of a job.
I'm no college professor, but I work at a Japanese software company, so I'd be in a bit of trouble too. Don't look at me, I just live here. Well, not in Tokyo, in the suburbs.
Wow, I think you guys might speak Japanese better than I do. I mean, sorry, I never would have thought.
Would you prefer to speak in English instead?
No, please. Japanese is fine. Sorry, I wasn't meaning to be nosy. I guess I don't see people wearing yukata this late in the year. Is there a festival or something?
No. We come to Asakusa every year, and the yukata became part of the tradition after a while. Guess it makes us stand out more than we already do, huh? I don't knock tradition, Tony. Admittedly, my legs are a little cold, though.
Alright, so they're just kind of hanging out. Make excuse to leave. Ask about Takashi's dojo. Sure, let's ask about the dojo. You guys come here every year? You must know the area pretty well by now. I'm looking for a kendo dojo where a Takashi Kawana works. It should be in this area.
Kawana. Why does that name seem so familiar? Oh, right. He's that kendo instructor at the dojo right behind us. People say he's some kind of prodigy. I wouldn't be surprised if he became a master in his time. Supposedly, he's very particular about who he trains. I suppose he doesn't want to waste his time with people who aren't serious. Makes sense when you think about it. With how good he is, he must get a ton of wannabe kendo masters coming to him. Seems like he trains a lot of police, too. In the time we've been standing here, we've seen a few come in and out.
Oh, that was good to know.
All that, and I think he's still in his 20s. For someone so young, he must be under a lot of pressure.
No kidding. I've heard talk of an interdepartmental kendo tournament. It's become a matter of pride for the different regional departments.
I wish my work did martial arts competitions between departments. Nothing would work out the unspoken tension between me and my boss quite like a good smack to the jawline. Ha ha! Police fighting each other, huh? That must be pretty brutal. I mean, I guess police in Japan don't really have to use force all that much, though.
Yeah, well, anyway, how do you know so much about the dojo, anyway? I mean, I live in Shinagawa, and I don't know anything that specific about it.
You see, it says so right here in the dojo's flyer. He was out here about 10 minutes before you came handing them out. Kind of seemed a little prickly, so we didn't talk to him, though. Yeah, I admit it would have been much cooler if we'd known that off the top of our head. But we're glad we were able to help you regardless.
It makes me feel a little silly now trying to learn more about him from a flyer. Considering he trains so many police, I'm surprised I never heard of him until now.
Are you associated with the police somehow?
Who? Me? No, of course not. I'm an investigator, see, like private detective. Listen, if anyone comes by asking about a female detective, just
Sorry, I don't speak Japanese, right?
Exactly, I appreciate it. Anyway, I should get going. Sorry to bother you. Thanks for the information, guys.
Yeah, our pleasure. Good luck at the dojo. Let us know if you learn any kendo tricks.
The men in the department always puffed out their chests when they talked about the kendo competitions like it was going to impress me or something. Never paid it much attention. Still, it's strange that someone related, however faintly, to the mask has yet another tie to my old life. Takashi Kawana seems like an interesting guy, but very serious and not keen on strangers. At least I didn't have to use any English. That would have been a disaster. I wonder if... because she kind of slipped up on her own about being with the police right after saying we should be careful. I wonder if that's because I'm too relaxed. We were just talking about being relaxed. She might have... I don't know if the game did that for me automatically. It might have. That might have been what just happened just there. We've been out here eating too many octopus balls that we kind of got a little too comfortable with ourselves. I see that I can probably go in here. Let's take a look at it first. This looks like the dojo I was looking for. It has a very traditional aesthetic. I don't think they'll rat on me. I think we're okay. Let's go inside.
That's Takashi.
Who are you?
Never mind, I just walk out. Detective Ito, a friend of Mai's. Yeah. Yeah, let's go with that one. Not as professional, but I'll take the hit. You're a friend of my sister's? You expect me to believe that? A little old, don't you think? Gee, thanks. Really, you think I wouldn't recognize you? You're the officer who was at the shrine in April who almost got her killed. Okay, now I feel bad for lying. I mean, I'm here on her behalf, kind of. She sent me to you, so I didn't lie, but it wasn't the truth either. And now you're lying about it, pretending to be her friend to no doubt get something from me. Don't look so shocked. Your little deception was easy to read is all. After your idiocy in Kamakura, I heard Mai crying over the phone every night for a month. Don't bother her anymore. Now get out of here before myself or one of your fellow officers has to throw you out. That didn't go well. That did not go well. That went poorly. Well, that didn't go well. Maybe Mai will know how to soften her brother up. Can I call her, or do I need to take a train all the way back to Mai's? Maybe. I don't have an inventory, or if I've ever had an inventory this entire time, I have certainly never used it. That would be fascinating. What is my professionalism? Is it too bad? It's only -2. It's not too bad. I'm doing okay. I'm looking around for anything new that may have changed in this alleyway. Doesn't look like anything. All right, I guess we're gonna travel back to Kamakura, catch another train. I guess I could always stop by like my apartment too and like, I don't know, do something there. Now, something may have changed here. I might try knocking again a little bit later. My neurosis is bad / good enough as it is, but I might do that since I had to come all the way back. I'm gonna go over here and Mai's gonna be gone. Nope, she's here. As long as my puppeteering doesn't get all freaky on me again. Your brother. I think I managed to find your brother. He didn't exactly seem happy to see me. Yep, you found Big Brother, all right. He's been protective of me ever since we were little. I know I'm probably overstepping my boundaries, but would you be willing to come talk to him? I don't think he'll tell me anything on his own. You want me to help? You know, seeing you again really got me thinking. I decided that even if everyone's trying to hide it, I can't sit here and ignore what's happening. I need to understand why my family has been acting so strangely. Even my own brother is keeping me in the dark. I'm sick of it. Sure, I'll come with you, Ito. If I went alone, he'd probably pat me on the head and send me on my way. But if you're there, then I'm sure he'll tell me about my parents, the mask, and everything. Are you sure that's what you want? Sometimes not knowing is better, Mai. No more stupid little Mai. I'd rather be hurt and know than happy and ignorant. But before we go, let's check on Grandma. These days, if she doesn't know where I am, it can really set her off. All right, we'll make a quick stop at the house. Thanks, Mai. Okay. I don't mind stopping by your grandma's. I was kind of planning on pestering her on my way out anyway. Ooh. I'm nervous, though. I feel like Grandma's not going to want Mai to go. I feel like Grandma's keeping her here, you know what I mean? Not necessarily, like, overtly, but what are we looking at here? What is this? A dead crow lays in the middle of the street. The small body is in a bad state of decay, covered in dried blood. The maggots have begun eating at its remains. That wasn't there before, right? I'm not crazy? I mean, this crow up here is still there. Is there any other dead critters? I don't see anything. I'm a little unnerved by that because I do not remember seeing that there before. I feel like I would have noticed because I've been, like, keeping an eyeball out. It's a bad omen. It's a bad, bad omen. I said no visitors. Leave me alone. Grandma, it's me. Please open the door. Mai? Oh, Mai, it's you. Please come in. Yes, come in. Don't mind me. I'm just going to slip right on in as well. The place is just still deserted as heck. Wait, what is she doing here? It's okay, Grandma. She's here to help. Help?
Ha! Don't make me laugh! You were supposed to help me, remember? I felt something and you were going to free me from the past.
Free you? Are you talking about the mask?
Do not discuss that horrid thing here. No matter how far you go, I can still feel it, like needles in my skin dragging me to it. In my dreams, I can still see that place. Have you seen it too, detective? A dark place where those we've lost reside.
That must be the dark.
I'm so old and have wasted so much time, and yet the pain won't go away. My poor Emiko. I miss her so much. If only I could have found her.
Emiko? You mean Mom? Find her? What are you talking about? She's gone. Takashi told me she died after I was born.
Yes, of course. You shouldn't be asking about such things, Mai. If it weren't for this woman, you'd be safe at the shrine.
No, Grandma, you're wrong. I'm not safe while everyone lies to me. I'm going to see Takashi. If you don't tell me the truth, he will.
Mai, listen to yourself. You must stop. Opening the door to the past will solve nothing. Ever since you were little, I've done what I could to protect you and your brother. Please don't go down this path. You look so much like her, you know, your mother. And you, detective. Perhaps my granddaughter is too naive to see it, but you can't hide it from me. I know what you've seen, what you think you're able to do. But keep my family out of it. We've suffered enough.
Grandma, you're the reason I'm suffering any of this at all. So you can get bent. Jeez. You don't know anything about me. Besides, I'm not the one hiding things from my family.
Tell me, do you know the story of Izanagi and Izanami?
Grandma, this again? I'm sure Ito's not interested in hearing some old myth. Really, we should get going.
Stay right there. Though I've told you this story so many times, you don't seem to grasp its importance. I think it would be of use to this woman to hear it. Izanagi and Izanami were the first of the gods, known to us as the Kami. In legend, it was the drops of ocean water that fell from Izanagi's jeweled spear that created the islands of Japan. When they descended to our lands, they brought their love and devotion with them to the realms of mortals. Izanagi and Izanami had many children, the deities of nature that inhabit the natural world all around us. For a time, life was peaceful. However, as Izanami gave birth to Kagetsuchi, the Kami of Fire, she was horribly burnt and suffered mortal wounds. As she lay dying and faced with her mortality, new Kami were born from her suffering. Kami that hid away from the light. When Izanami passed, Izanagi was inconsolable, and in his rage, he struck down the child that killed his love. Unable to accept her death, he ventured deep underground to Yomi no Kuni, the land of the dead. Half blind and distraught with grief, he wandered in the darkness until he finally heard the voice of his beloved. Though unable to see her face, Izanagi begged Izanami to return with him. Izanami replied that she would try, and asked the gods of Yomi no Kuni permission to return to the land of the living. Incapable of restraining his desire to see his love, Izanagi set his comb alight in order to look upon his lost love. Okay, what greeted him was the sight of her decaying, worm-eaten face.
Which, I mean, all things considered, being decaying and worm-eaten, she's still holding up okay. All things considered.
In horror, Izanagi attempted to flee Yomi no Kuni. Izanami, enraged, sent dark spirits to pursue him and drag him back to her. After narrowly escaping, Izanagi sealed the entrance to Yomi no Kuni with a great boulder.
I'm guessing this Yomi no Kuni is going to end up being the dark, and I'm guessing we're going to have to pass through this boulder if we want to see Takanaka again.
So you see, it is our mortality that brings suffering into the world. Yet resisting it is a perversion of the natural order. Being mortal means we must accept that we cannot control life and death. Detective, some things cannot be changed, and some doors should never be opened. You must stop.
Grandma, you're talking about stories and myths. We're talking about real things.
The story may be a myth, but there is truth within it. Can't you see that? The things you pursue, they're unnatural, unclean. Heed my warning and stop this foolishness. I won't let you involve my family any further. First those bastards take my Imako, then you show up. Perhaps I'm being punished for my sins.
I mean, yeah, you're the one that gave me the mask. You put this on me, okay? You did this. And I'm not backing down from that. I don't feel bad. I don't know your family. I'm not doing anything to your family. This started with your family, as far as I know.
My, come here. Come here, my sweet child. We must keep you away from her.
No, Grandma, I told you already. I'm going to see Takashi. I'm an adult now. You can't tell me what to do anymore.
No, you can't. You can't go. We must protect our family from outsiders, Mai. You're reopening old wounds. Leave us alone. Let us heal.
Heal? You think I want to heal? Can't you see how much these lies have hurt me already? You're the one wounding me, Grandma, not Ito. You're delusional. You tell us stories about kami and spirits. Takashi might hide things from me too, but at least he makes sense. This time he's going to tell me the truth about everything, about Mom and Dad too.
No! Stop! I'll tell you how your parents, how they...
You can't, can you? You've never told me how they died. Their reasons always changed every time I asked.
No, Mai, please. You must listen.
It was probably some supernatural crap. That's why. Probably related to the mask.
They might be listening. They're still out there, and they haven't forgiven me. Can't you see?
I bet the old Kawano woman, whose name we don't know, grandmother, I bet she killed the parents, Imako and whoever the dad was. I bet she killed them. She might not have meant to. Maybe the mask made her do it. I'm still unclear about the level of supernatural shenanigans that are afoot. They? What are you talking about? You're insane. I'm sorry I spoke to you that way. I'll be back to check on you soon.
Don't go. Please.
Goodbye, Grandma. She will die. We're gonna leave and she's just gonna die. Like Mai's presence will be like the only thing that was keeping Grandma alive in this place. That's what we're gonna find out. It's gonna be tragic, but that's probably what's gonna happen, right? I'm sorry, she's gotten so much worse since you last saw her. No, it's fine. Why do you think she told us that story? About Izanagi? I don't know. It was kind of creepy, wasn't it? She was talking about it like she really believed it. Come on, let's go see Takashi. I can knock, but that feels like that would be a silly thing to do at this point, so we're just going to not do that. Just going to take it nice and slow, make sure we're not missing anything. Anything over here that I should be seeing? Okay. Our attendant might have something to say about Mai being out and about.
Whoa, where do you think you're going?
Mai and I are leaving. What of it?
Oh, well, you can't. I got a call from Mai's grandmother. She says she's having health issues, so she has to stay. I didn't ask what they were. Wouldn't want to be caught fainting on my shift again, but it must be pretty bad if she called.
Mai's an adult. Her grandmother can't keep her here. Let's go.
No, you don't understand. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah? Is that how it is? Use violence! I don't want to use violence. I'm not trying to use violence here. Are you being possessed, actually? Mai's grandmother is up to... Hang on, I'm going to exit. We're going to avoid the violence option for a second. And we're going to go confront the grandmother, maybe? I'll knock.
Go away! No visitors!
Okay, just thought I'd try it. I'd use violence. Is there... I could pick up the... Wait, why could I pick up the bird? Oh, good thing I'm wearing gloves. This better work. What better work? What better work? I don't know what I'm doing with it. I didn't know I could pick it up. But, oh, because the attendant said he can't risk fainting again. So I bet he's squeamish.
I bet the dead bird will make him faint, and then we can just go. That's what it is. I am so smart. I am so smart. SMRT. Show dead bird.
Oh my God! I told you how I don't like about blood, and blood's not really my thing, you see, and the germs, and okay, well, I'm dizzy. I'm a little dizzy. I'm just gonna.
There he goes. There he goes. I got a bunch of investigation off that. Oh dear, did he just faint? It sure looks like it. He'll be fine. Let's just get a move on. Is my investigation like maxed out at this point? I got a ton of investigation just then. All right, let's get to Asakusa. Asakusa. I think is how you say that. I want to look. What are we at? 91! We're doing pretty... I want to see what happens if we get to 100. I want to see what a hundo looks like. Like, does it have a different word, or is it still just going to be meticulous? I'm going to get neurosis, but is there anything else in here? Inside is the traditional interior of the interior of a traditional shop. Hasn't been used in a while. Yep, no, fair enough. Why am I getting like a heartbeat sound effect right now? I'm a little concerned. Why is it so spooky here? Like, everything seems fairly chill. Alright, in we go. Oh. What are you doing here? Did she make you come? It's not like that, Takashi. It was my idea. I asked her to come talk with you, but you sent her away. Which makes my story check out a little bit, at least. This woman almost got you killed. You expect me to cooperate with her? Surely if you need to talk to me, you can come yourself. My sister doesn't need to be involved. I did come myself, and you sent me away. No, if I came alone, you'd just evade all my questions like you always do. Besides, there's something I need you to see. I guess I'm just gonna whip that out now. See what? What are you talking about? Where did you get that? Put it away. So you do know what it is. I knew you were hiding something from me. That's not true. I wasn't hiding it. It's not something you ever needed to know about. Besides, why is she carrying it in the first place? Okay, saying that your sister didn't need to know about it doesn't mean you weren't hiding it. Wait, don't change the subject. This isn't about Ito. Mai, I understand that you're upset with me, but we should talk about this another time. Furthermore, that mask has nothing to do with you. You're wrong. Back in April, when Mai was held at knife point by another girl, it was this mask she was after. A mask your family is connected to. Looking for it? I suppose I've been a fool to think I could keep the truth of our family's past away from you. Yeah, you might call that hiding it. Also, I don't know why it says Detective Ito. I am not the one saying this right now. The past? Does this have to do with Mom and Dad? Yes, and so much more. I first saw that mask when I was a child, before you were born. The truth is, it belonged to a cult called the Kamen Kai, of which our parents were members. A cult? You're kidding! How'd your parents get mixed up in that? I know how it sounds. I find it hard to believe myself. They were a group led by a guru named Tokumasa who promised a simpler life away from the hypocrisy and falseness of city life. Our parents both had master's degrees, and my mother was on her way to earning her PhD. They chose to give up their lives and their careers to follow some mystic and live on a compound instead. The Kamen Kai were one of many such groups back then. I was a child and didn't understand, but thinking about how our parents were deceived and what they put me and Mai through, it's unforgivable. The mask was on the compound, but for what purpose or what they believed it could do, I don't know. Do you think there are any members of the Kamen Kai left who'd know? No. You see, there are no surviving members. They died. All of them, including our parents. I'm sorry, I don't remember much about it. One night, Grandma came into the room where we were sleeping, saying we had to go. The compound was in the woods, so it was dark and I could barely see, but she kept charging forward with Mai in her arms and me dragging behind. When we were back in Tokyo several days later, Grandma told me that our parents were dead. She didn't seem sad. It was as if she expected it. The government censored much of what happened, so I was never able to learn how they died.
Me and Grandma didn't speak of it, ignoring it as if my childhood and everything that happened in those woods was all a bad dream. If it weren't for her, we'd probably be dead with our parents, but ignoring it couldn't erase the anger I felt towards them. I wonder if they even cared what might happen to us. As a high schooler, I spent some more time trying to find out about the common Kai than I did studying. I thought that if I could understand why my parents so willingly gave up their lives and abandoned us, I'd stop feeling so betrayed. But I was wrong. Nothing I found gave me any peace. Mom and Dad died as part of some cult? I don't believe it. It's true. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I guess that in hiding it from you, I was able to hide away my feelings as well. I think for Grandma, it was too painful to talk about. I believe she took possession of the shrine in order to live a simpler life. We had to keep it secret. There's no way we could live a normal life with the stigma of the common Kai attached to us. I suppose keeping that secret hurt us both dearly. For me, pursuing kendo gave me some measure of control over my life again. But Grandma, who made a choice to leave her only daughter behind, she always seemed to carry the guilt of it with her. She started going out at night, babbling about how she was looking for Mom. When she'd come home, she would have a rotten stink on her clothes. I was too scared to confront her, so I tipped off the police. They found her wandering in the sewers, holding nothing but the mask. The same one from the cult compound all those years before and the one you hold now. The sewers, you say? The sewers, you say? Okay. I was shocked when they gave it to me. I hadn't seen it for so long, and all the unpleasant memories from my past came flooding back. That was when I decided to leave Kamakura. It was the only way I could move on with my life. That doesn't account for how the mask ended up with your grandmother in the first place. I don't know how she got it. It seemingly appeared out of thin air, or maybe someone gave it to her, she never said. I left the mask with her. It always made me uneasy. It had a strange aura about it. Wait, Grandma was looking for Mom in the sewers? I don't remember any of this. You were in the dorms at your school at the time. Grandma's strange behavior was part of why I insisted on you going to those private schools away from Kamakura. I couldn't drag you into the madness of our past. We parted ways without ever speaking of it. She was much better by the time you returned to Kamakura. Detective, what exactly is it that you're looking for? Surely our family's history isn't of use to you. Well, I assume you've heard about what happened to my partner. This mask was there again when he died. It's more than an ornament. I need to know where it came from. If that's true, then I want to help. Your partner, he seemed like a nice person. No, Mai, you've helped plenty, but I have to do this on my own. Ito is right. I apologize for not telling you all this sooner, but you can't be involved in something so dangerous. I already thought I'd lost you that day at the shrine. I wouldn't forgive myself if something happened to you now. All right. Thank you for finally telling me the truth, Takashi. I'll head back for now. I hope you remember that I'm your sister. I may not remember the same things you do, but we're still family. I'll see you guys later. Thank you for your help, Mai. You're right, Mai. I'll come visit you soon. It looks like she's gone. Mai's not here. There's no need to be coy. No doubt taking possession of that mask has taken its toll on you. So you're still hiding things from Mai. Okay. Even in the brief time I was in contact with it, I felt an immense darkness behind it. I had such strange dreams and saw things I never would have dreamed up on my own. There was always an unusual air about it that I couldn't stand to be around. Maybe lying to Mai again makes me a hypocrite. All I know is I don't want her getting hurt. But like you said, I don't believe that mask is simply wood and paint, though I doubt anyone else would believe us. No one ever did, except for one man. On this street, there's an old tea shop. Perhaps you saw it on the way in. I did. An old historian named Yasuhisa is there occasionally. He was the only one who ever acknowledged that I said about the mask as truth. If you're looking for information on the mask, he may be the best person to ask. I never pursued the topic with him, but I speak with him occasionally on other topics. His mind is a vault of valuable information. Hopefully he can shed some light on what it really is. I hope so, but please, detective, be careful. Okay. Are there any more dead birds lying in the streets I can pick up before we go over there? I don't really need any more octopus balls, I don't think. I just don't know what will happen to the rest of my neurosis if I keep it up. Yeah, into the tea shop. Let's go have some tea. It's kind of dusty in here. The historian Yasuhisa. Hey, that was easy. Found him right away.
Welcome. Come in. Do sit down. No need to be so formal and stand there like a statue. How can I help you?
Are you Yasuhisa? Takashi told me to come speak with you.
Oh, and how is Mr. Kawana? Still prickly as ever, I suppose. I've always found him to be wise beyond his years, though perhaps not by choice. I digress. My apologies. It's the quirks that come with old age, you know. What does Mr. Kawana think I can help you with?
I'm looking into a few things related to the Kamenkai, the group his family got mixed up in.
A more difficult answer than you might expect. You see, there are two groups that share that name. The first, as you know, is a religious group formed by the guru Tokamasa. The second is an ancient order, over 1,000 years old.
That's probably where the mask came from. Okay, yeah, whip that out. I thought I was getting jump scared by it there for a second.
What's that you're holding?
I was told it's related to the Kamenkai, the newer one, and that you could tell me about it.
That explains many things, child. The far-off look in your eyes, for one. I imagine you have many, many questions. Masks are interesting, are they not? They are meant to be a disguise, and yet a mask cannot lie or contort itself to hide the truth. In that sense, it is the mask that is more truthful than the human faces we hide underneath them. I wonder how you came to be in possession of an object with such a dark history.
I think it might be related to a missing person, but I don't know anything about it beyond that.
Yeah, but that itself is the essence of history. Layers upon layers of personal connections that are continuously peeled back to their root. Relics like the one you hold often take unusual routes to where they end up.
Relic? If it's from the Kamenkai cult from the 90s, then I'd hardly call it a relic. Ah, but it's probably from the old one.
Misguided and deceptive as he was, Tokamasa was no fool. In order to gain new followers, he needed to give his cult historical legitimacy. He collected obscure objects and gave them new meanings that he could control in order to manipulate his followers. The mask was what he chose, along with the name of the group that created it. Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so, only I guess I was hoping you could tell me some other things about it.
For instance?
Like why, now that I'm about to say it out loud, it sounds silly. I'm sorry I bothered you.
Don't be silly. You wonder, for example, why holding the mask seems to take you to another place. Or perhaps why you can see visions that don't seem real. Why you feel a strong will exerting itself on you. Oh, yes. I know all about those things, too.
How could you possibly know about that?
When Tokamasa was in possession of it, he believed it showed him a path to the realm of the gods. He wrote extensively on the subject. Though unlike most, I don't discount such phenomena as the ravings of a madman when the phenomena repeats itself. Do you, too, look into the inky blackness and see familiar shapes in the shadows?
Not shadows. I see and hear people who are supposed to be dead. I find things I couldn't possibly have found otherwise.
Most interesting. Tell me, detective. Oh, apologize. Do you mind if I call you that?
I don't remember telling you that I was a detective. I was about to say the same thing. When he said detective, I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I didn't give you that information.
Ha! My mistake. You must forgive me. A slip of the tongue. I believe it was the way you carried yourself. Determined investigators such as yourself have such a sense of purpose in their...
Just a historian, if you were somehow related to that cult, or if you yourself are literally 1,000 years old from the original cult, and you're just actually an immortal being pretending to be a historian, I wouldn't be surprised.
And you do seem rather determined to get to the bottom of whatever it is you're chasing. Tell me, does me telling you that your experiences are not an illusion provide you any level of comfort?
I'm not sure, but I do feel something. Maybe hope? It's like I've finally got a foothold on something solid.
Ah, yes, knowledge is a light in dark places, is it not? To think a relic of such import would end up with a detective. Do you mind if I ask you something? Which do you believe? Are our lives controlled by fate, pre-measured threads that determine our deeds, our wishes, and our ends the minute we come into existence? Or conversely, is our thread subject to the chaos inherent in our universe instead? Does it change according to our deeds and that which happens to us seemingly by accident? Do you believe it is fate or chance that decides which threads of life are cut short and which are followed? It's a deep question. It's a deep question. And I've got my answer. I don't believe in fate. I'm not a predestination type of guy, but I do understand that consequences have actions and that following a certain lifestyle or path or whatever has likely outcomes. And I believe that might look like fate. But even if we take my opinion out of it, even the game itself, right? Like you make a decision, you make a choice, and that has an effect. You do something and that changes an outcome, or maybe none of the outcomes could have changed. Like ultimately, like going back to like the first decision that we made on the job about like drinking at that bar, would not drinking have ultimately made any difference at all? Or was that just coincidental? And fate was always going to be that Tanaka would die, we would get the mask, blah, 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 all these different things. So maybe that's the fate aspect where we have illusions of choice that affects the future, but ultimately cannot affect the future. That's conversely. In the game, I'm going to choose to believe that my choices have made some kind of difference, even if only narratively. I'm going to lean on chance here. Yes, of course. Maybe you feel your life has been somewhat out of your control as of late? Control, huh? To be honest, I don't feel like I've had much of that since the mask came to me. That's kind of my point, right? Like, I feel like we were in control of our lives until some entity from the mask has tried to take that control from us. You said that mask was made by the old Common Kai. Why? Confusing me can't be the purpose it was made for. Ah, yes, a more complicated answer than you might have wished for. Indeed, it should come as no surprise that the creation of such a mysterious object is equally enigmatic. Perhaps you could do me a favor. Don't worry, it is in relation to this very topic. An important book has gone missing from my shop. If you could retrieve it for me, I feel it could shine a great deal of light on the subject. What kind of book? A book of the missing variety. I'm sorry, I jest. It concerns the mask bearer. Mask bearer? Huh? That's me, right? Although you carry it, that does not make you its bearer. All will become clear when the book is returned to me. Sounds easy enough. Where can I start looking? Oh, you needn't go far. The man who has it is right outside this building. In fact, as I said, it's not much of an errand, but I, of course, cannot leave my shop. Because you're, like, not real. Because you're like a 1,000-year-old ghost haunting this shop. That's what it is, right? He's right outside? This won't take long. I'll be right back. Is it the Octopus Balls guy? Is it Mr. Octopus Balls? I bought your Octopus Balls, so can you hand me that book back? Give me that book back, book back, book back. Give me that book back. Is there someone hiding over here on the left? Wouldn't that be wild? There's just some dude over here watching. Okay, no, doesn't look like it. Hey, buddy. Ask about the tea shop.
The old tea shop next door? Isn't that place closed down?
I think it is. In fact, I think it is. Closed? That can't be right. What else do you know about it?
Pure conjecture on this one, but I think it might be owned by the kendo instructor from the dojo down the street on account of him being the only one I ever see go in there. You might not believe me, but I swear I saw him in there chatting away to himself. Possibly he's a little nuts. Then again, it might be some super awesome kendo meditation technique. Aw, man, why didn't I think of that before? Next time I ought to ask him for some pointers instead of spying on him, huh? Word through the grapevine is that he's a regional champion or something, and he's trained some of the best. Lots of cops train with him, too. He must be pretty good. Maybe he's not so crazy after all.
Speaking of which, I have a bit of a crazy question for you. I know you said it was closed, but do you know anything about a book taken from there? Maybe recently? I was led to believe you would.
Oh, geez. Go on. Like I said, the place has been empty for years, but you know, I spent a lot of time outside it, and half the time the door is wide open, so one day, a few months back, I decided to take a look around. Nothing suspicious or anything, I was just curious is all. Curiosity killed the cat, right? Anyway, it was all dusty and old, and there was all sorts of weird stuff laying around. So I might have taken a little souvenir. I mean, it wasn't super old or nothing, so I figured no one would miss it. Besides, it wasn't for me. It was for my kid brother. That guy can get deep in the dumps sometimes, so I try to be on standby for when that happens, you know? So I figured a little gift would cheer him up. I think a book about like a weird, mysterious mask that probably kills people is not good for your depressed brother. I'm just saying probably a terrible gift idea, but okay. And back then, he was going through some particularly tough times. His bitch wife, okay, pardon my language, miss, had left him and taken their kid daughter with her. He still doesn't talk about it, like he's in denial or something. Whoops, got off the track again. I was heading to visit him with the ill-gotten book when I got this phone call saying he was in the hospital. He OD'd on expensive sake and sleeping pills. Jesus, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank God that idiot decided to do it at the bar he owns with the door unlocked. A customer came in and called an ambulance. If it weren't for that, I'm not sure if he'd still be here. Oh, when you said he OD'd, I thought you meant like he passed. So you're saying they saved him. Whew. Okay. That's quite a story. Sounds to me like he wanted to be found. Yeah, I think so too. I think he was trying to ask for help in his own way. That's incredibly sad. What's your name? Haruto? That is incredibly sad, and I'm so sorry. You seem like such an upbeat guy. In any case, I took the book to him while he was in the hospital, tried to show him that even when he was at his lowest, there was someone out there trying to do something nice for him, you know? I think it helped. For a minute, anyhow. As soon as the doctors let him leave, he went right back to that toxic little bar. I hope he's okay. He's got issues. He's my little brother, and I worry about him. He's not been answering my phone calls lately. Originally, my brother's bitch ex-wife, sorry again, had the brilliant idea to put his skill to work in a cheap part of town. Despite that, he's holding on to it with everything he's got. Is it Daiso? Is his brother Daiso? Hold on, I know your brother. Hold on. God, I hope me telling him, like not telling him to never give up is not about to be a horrible decision. I am going to hate myself. The place is slowly bankrupting him, but he won't let it go. All he has to do is sign some paper and move on, but he can't. Something about it has its claws sank deep into him. I've been trying to get him to join me in my business for years. He's a great chef, and we could all make a killing. Maybe it's not the same as owning a whole bar, but serving passersby and getting some sunshine is good for the soul. Plus, good stands are doing really well abroad, I hear. Much better than wasting away in Shinjuku at any rate. Shinjuku? Yeah, in a slimy little side street. Anyway, if that book is important to you, he's probably still got it at his place. You want the address? Wait, I knew you looked familiar. Your brother's Daiso, right? You know him? Small world. It was probably the smile on my face that threw you off. Tell him his brother Haruto says hi. While you're at it, tell him the Takoyaki stands are still the future of cuisine and to get his butt over here. Haha! I'll do that. Thanks for all your help. Oh God. Please, for the love of everything that is holy in the universe, do not let him be dead when I show up there. Oh no, don't do that to me. Don't flicker like that. Don't do that to me. That better be just the flickering of the game buffering or loading. Daiso, I swear to God. Oh, I thought you were going to be dead in here, Daiso. Don't do that to me. Hey, Yami, how can I help you today? Hey, Daiso, how are things? Oh, you know, same old, same old. Funny thing, I met your brother while I was in Asakusa today. Haruto? You met Haruto? What are the chances? Who knows? It was pretty random. Huh, who would have thought? So he's still selling takoyaki at his stand? Did he say anything? He is. He said to remind you that takoyaki stands are the future of cuisine and that you should go and help him. Yeah, you talked to Haruto all right. Always the optimist, that guy.
I actually have a favor to ask you. Do you still have that book that your brother gave you a few months ago?
The only thing that guy gives me is a headache. Not sure if I can help you, Ayami.
He said he gave it to you when you were in the hospital.
Oh, what makes you think I was in the hospital? I don't even go to the hospital for checkups. Besides, that adult's bringing me stuff all the time. Always trying to drag me kicking and screaming over to where the grass is greener.
Okay, so you just said that the only thing he gives you is headaches. Now you're saying he brings you stuff all the time. Daizo, what's going on? What are you hiding? This would have been more recently. After a rough patch, maybe it was stupid to come and ask.
Oh, no, it's fine. That idiot, always running his mouth, friggin' traitor. Ugh. Those were just some, hard times. Nothing serious. I just drank too much is all. I'm sorry, Detective, but I don't want to talk about it.
I completely understand, but I kinda also still need that book. Alright, understood. I'm not here to dig up bad memories, Daizo.
Thanks. You said you were looking for a book, right? Truth is, I don't remember a book. I do remember Haruto giving me an old magazine, though, back in the hospital. It was one of the ones I used to read when I was younger, when things weren't quite so complicated. Wait there a second, I may have it in the storeroom still. Dang it. Sorry, Ayami, hold on a sec. Amazing how much junk someone accumulates over the years. Maybe I should throw some of this old stuff out, huh? Here it is. It's yours, Detective. Oh my god, it's Reina.
But also, do you think the historian just lied about the book to put us on the path? No, because Haruto still confirmed that he took a book. Okay, never mind.
It's yours, Detective. Huh. Hey, no wonder I recognized that photo you brought by.
Yeah, it literally is. You're right.
It's the same girl, an idol named Ruby.
Reina.
No, Ruby. See, it says right there on the cover. Pretty crazy that it was still in my shop. Guess that means you're still looking for her. I wonder why we keep running into each other.
Weird luck, I guess.
I don't buy it. You're a hell of a detective. You must have a pretty sharp nose.
Huh. If you say so, Daizo. Do you mind if I take this?
Like I said, it's yours. About time I started getting rid of some of my old junk.
Thank you.
See you around, Ayami.
Take care, Daizo. I like Daizo. Daizo, you're cool. You do need to hang it up. This bar is not doing you any good. But I mean, you can find either a better bar location. Do the Takoyaki stand for a little while. Save some money. Get a bar in a better location if you really want to do the bar thing. It doesn't have to be here in a slimy side street. Oh God. Well, I've got the magazine. I don't know why I pulled that out like I'm going to see something. I've got the magazine now. I could go back to Haruto, or I could go back. Well, actually, I'm going to go back to probably both Haruto and the historian and see what they have to say about the magazine. But that's going to do it for this episode. If you're enjoying the series, please hit that like button and otherwise do all the other things. And until next time, bye.